Big thanks to Mudgy Meat for supplying the product used in today's video. Tonight we're taking beef cheeks to the next level. Slow roasted over charcoal, then braised in a rich mix of red wine, port, beef stock and tomatoes. Cooked until they fall apart, reduced down to a glossy, deep sauce, then piled high over creamy mashed potatoes. This one's pure comfort, people. Smoky, rich and dangerously good. Let's get into it. Delicious. Beef cheeks. We're not going to be rewriting scripture here today. This is a recipe that many of you would have done before, but it is a classic and it is so full of flavor. It is magnificent. And beef cheeks, stop making me laugh. Beef cheeks from our friends at Mudgy Meat. These are magnificent. 30% off this week. Your discount code, wait till the end and I'll give you that. And free delivery if you get meat on repeat, 5% off your first order. Get on board. Look at these things, Yazzo. Look how beautifully these are trimmed. Like, just elite level stuff. Now, so you might get some stuff that you need to trim off. Like, we got a few little fatty bits here on this one. I mean, it's no big deal. You just slide your knife under like that. And give it a little trim like that. I'll do the next bit as well. Yazzo will come this side. Just slide the knife under so you get a little tag. You can see I've got pretty much nothing but the silver skin there. And then just trim that right off, just like that. So I won't bore you on camera, but for anything that looks like that, the silver skin or the excessive fatty bits, you just need to go along and trim all of that off. You don't need to be, you know, kind of too particular or whatever, but just so long as you get most of it off, because you don't really want to be chewing on that later kind of thing. Nice sharp knife. Try not to take too much meat and just, you know, kind of trim it out like that. All right, a little bit of olive oil, and we're just going to go over the top just to make the seasoning stick on these for me. Just get in there and give that a little rub. All right, keep this fairly simple. We're going to go down with some salt on each one, both sides, of course. A little bit of coarse ground pepper. I like it a little bit coarser than that, actually. There we go, that's better. Just a bit of garlic powder over the top. Nice from a height, get it nice and even. Same both sides. And I've got some rosemary and thyme here that I'm just going to go over the top with. Just pat that in. All right, seasoning done. We're going to give it a couple of hours open until I get a nice crust formed on there, until we love the color. Then we're going to go through a braising stage and melt them down until they're very, very sexy and delicious. Now, you guys know I love cooking on the Kamado. If you don't have one or you don't want to, the way you go about this is to brown them off first, and then you start at the braising stage. By doing it that way, you're fast forwarding a couple of hours, basically, which is great from a timing perspective, but you know, I like the whole smoker crust and stuff, so that's the way I'm doing it. Again, if you want to, you just brown it off in the pan and then straight into your liquid and you're good to go, and you can braise in the oven, or you can braise in a pot with a lid on and a cheeky little cartouche or something. World's your oyster. So, Kamado time, Yazzo. Okay. Look at that. All right, so straight on with these. See you in a couple of hours. All right, yeah, so we've got some great color on these. These are nice and crusty. Just gonna nestle those in there with our mirepoix of vegetables. All right, we're gonna go down with some tomatoes. Check the ingredients in the description for all the amounts and stuff. We'll go down with some tomatoes. Now we want a lot of sauce here, guys, because we're gonna want to pour this over. We've got a cup of red wine. And some chicken stock. You can use chicken or beef, that's fine. And I'm gonna go in with a slug of muscat. You can use port or tawny or whatever you've got, sticky red wine, just over the top. Reinforce the thyme and rosemary flavor with a little bit of thyme and rosemary over the top. Some cracked black pepper. A slug of Worcestershire sauce. I don't have much left in here, but we'll put a little bit of that in. Why wasn't that on the shopping list, Yazzo? More than what I've put. I'll put it in the ingredients below. I've run out, apparently. All right, over with some foil. Now you'll notice that I didn't add any salt. That's because I put the chicken stock in there. When we do the sauce afterward, we will check it for seasoning and just make sure we're good to go. So far we've been a couple of hours. I reckon it's probably going to be 90 minutes to another 2 hours approximately, but I'll time it and put it on the screen, and we will see you very soon. All right, yeah, so this looks awesome. Check this out. Look at those. They are absolutely delicious, people. If I get my spoon here and just press, you can see that that's just going straight into it. Magnificent. All right, what we want to do is just carefully spoon these out onto a plate without letting them all break apart and stuff. Just gonna pop those there like that. All right, so we're just going to set those aside, and then I'm going to get our lovely sauce, and we're going to blitz all of this stuff, and we're going to reduce it down. So come over this side, guys.
It's me.
That through a sieve. So just get a little wooden spoon and just coax that through the sieve, not too hard, and that'll take you a couple of minutes. So your other option is, just as I continue to stir this, your other option is to strain the vegetables out, but I find that you get a very deep flavour doing it this way. It's a little more tedious, but I think worth the effort. Until you get down to the solids, basically just like that. So we'll discard that. All right, so we've got our sauce just reducing there. So we want to take that down until it's a nice pourable consistency over the beef. And the variable here is what port you use to sweeten this. So you want a sweet edge to this. If you find that you're not getting that, a few teaspoons of brown sugar or even white sugar will kind of help you with that. That's number one. And what we're going to do here after we get the consistency that we want is add a little bit of butter to this to make it even more silky. I am so confident in these beef cheeks that I do not have a knife. Yazzo. That's about all we need, I reckon. Look at that. Oh. Jealous much, people?
Gotta make it.
I'm having a religious experience. Wow. Look at that. Goodness me. The Salsa Verde really does add a very nice balance to it. Hang on, your turn.
No, I can't do it while I'm shooting. I'll do it in a second.
Oh my gosh. That is, I don't eat beef cheeks enough. I have just decided, I decided right then. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
You've just,
All right.
Just quickly, don't ramble.
No, I'm not going to ramble. Why am I going to ramble?
Well, you ramble, Jeff.
No. Tips and tricks. So, the sauce you may need to tinker with it because wine is not the same, stock is not the same, and port, tawny, muscat, tokay, whatever you use as the sweetener is not the same. I can't, and unless you're buying exactly the same ones as I am, your brands might be different, your flavors might be different. So when you're balancing the sauce, you've got to go, do I need more sweet? Do I need more salt? Do I need more pepper? You've got to go through all of those. Taste. That's number one. Number two, this stuff, on its own, you may sit there and go, oh, that's too much, that's too acidic. Balanced with just the right amount with that sauce, and look at what we've done to it. Balanced with just the right amount with that sauce, this is utterly heavenly to cut the richness of the sauce in the beef cheek. The beef cheeks are gelatinous, guys. They're gelatinous and they are rich. And this stuff is liquid gold on top. And there are some options. I will put some options in the description. And I'm sorry I am rambling a little bit, but it's important to get this dish exactly right. And Yaz and I have just been sitting opposite the bench each other, eating this and devouring it and talking it up. And it is an absolute cracker. So please give it a go. Please give it a go and definitely read through my notes in the description and take all those into consideration when you are making this.
Organise a dinner party pronto.
Organise a dinner party pronto. Yeah, absolutely. Let us know if you like it and we'll see you very soon.